Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, the podcast that will boldly go where no podcast has gone before. Kate, have you ever seen...
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Star Trek?
I don't know if I've ever seen a full episode of Star Trek. Like, I'm sure that I've seen some episodes of Star Trek, but I don't think I've seen you made me watch the movies, I think.
We watched maybe all 6? I don't know if we got through all 6, but yeah, that was a long time ago.
I think we made out through a couple of them. You were just looking for an opportunity to make out.
Whoa.
I know there are whales in one.
You must not have been making out that much if you remember the whales.
I like whales. I was probably interested.
That's the best one, in my opinion. That's 4?
Yeah, and they say double on you.
Double dumb on you.
Yeah, that's all I know. That's literally it. That's all I got. Go ahead.
Well, Kate, we're going to watch the original Star Trek series today.
Oh, fun.
I'm having a real crisis right now. I might be catastrophizing a little. I'm having a bit of a debate, an internal debate with myself, whether I should title this episode just Star Trek or Star Trek the Original Series. But the original series was not part of the name. It's like World War I, you know?
It wasn't, yeah.
So anyway, but we're going to watch the original Star Trek show. And here's what you need to know in order to understand and appreciate this. The creator was a man named Gene Roddenberry.
What a name.
Sounds like Rottenberry. Gene Roddenberry. He was born in 1921 in Texas. He grew up loving pulp magazines, especially like sci-fi things like John Carter of Mars.
Okay.
He became interested in aeronautics. He became a World War II Air Force pilot where he flew like all these bombing missions.
Okay.
After the war, he became a commercial pilot. Here are some anecdotes about his time in planes. During the war, he crashed a plane and killed 2 officers.
No.
Officially, it was not his fault. Like, it wasn't like he made a mistake. It's just like the plane, whatever. So the military decided to make him a plane crash investigator afterwards.
Oh, they were like, since you did this one so good, maybe you can check out some other burning wrecks.
Yeah, hey, okay. Gene, you seem to know a lot about plane crashes.
Damn.
Later, while he was a passenger on a plane flying to visit the site of one of these crashes, the plane he was on crashed. And... then later, as a commercial pilot after the war, he crashed a plane, again, in the desert of Syria, and 14 people died. So,
Jesus Christ, Gene!
So he retired from being a pilot.
Do you think it was him? Like, do you think he was not a good pilot, or do you think he was just cursed?
He might have been cursed, but I just think flight in that era maybe just wasn't quite... This episode's not going to come out for a while. It's Rich saying this now, where suddenly, for reasons no one seems to be able to comprehend, planes are crashing a lot. Can't think of what changed about
I don't know.
Our government.
Maybe
anyway,
firing a bunch of people at the FAA.
So, normally if it was not right now, I'd say, flight is much safer now. And back then maybe it was. After all these things, he retires from being a pilot. I don't know if it's because of his crash in Syria or
He's
just
been in
whatever.
like 9 plane crashes.
He's just like, it's better for me. Okay, so he stops being a pilot and he goes to work at the Los Angeles Police Department's traffic department.
Sure.
As a cop, but like in the traffic department. Really seems like a downgrade from being a pilot. But again, he crashed a lot. He's also a really good writer. Like, he just has good writing skills.
Okay.
Maybe from reading all those pulp magazines as a kid.
Yeah.
And better than all the other cops in the LAPD at this time. So they start having him write press releases and speeches for the chief of police. Like, they're like, hey, Gene's kind of good at writing. You do it. And then there's it was a radio show and then a TV show called Dragnet. Was being made.
Yep.
They contacted the LAPD saying, "Hey, like we want to make sure what we're doing is realistic and accurate." They were like, "Oh, let's hook him up with Gene Roddenberry because he's really good at writing. He'll be our liaison from the LAPD to Dragnet."
I feel like Gene's whole trajectory is like, I'm going to try this thing. And they're like, no, baby, why don't you be the liaison?
Yeah.
No, baby, why don't you investigate the accidents instead? Don't fly the plane, baby.
So he becomes their liaison. And then eventually he's like, oh, like I like TV a lot. Why don't I try my hand at this? He got his foot in the door at Dragnet, starts writing outlines for episodes of Dragnet.
Okay.
Then he becomes just a full-on TV writer and stops working for the traffic department. So he worked works as a technical advisor for a few other cop shows, quits the police force in 1956 to focus full-time on TV, and he begins writing episodes of shows. So he spends the late 50s and early 60s writing episodes for all these existing popular shows and trying to create his own shows, which is like hard to do. And most of them are police or military related, because that's his expertise, and they're popular. So at one point, he gets a gig creating a show, which is going to be set on a Mississippi riverboat in the 1860s, not cop related, but that's just a show that he ended up being able to pitch successfully. But he gets fired from his own show because the network did not want there to be any African-American characters in the show. And he's like, it's on a Mississippi riverboat.
In the 1860s.
And they're like, no, we're not doing that.
That's stupid.
As a guy who had not created a TV show yet, who could have just said, I'll just do what they want. He's like,
he could have just their
yeah, he didn't do it. He's like, no, that's messed up. So
good job, Gene.
This is the beginning.
Terrible at flying planes, great at standing up for black people.
Yeah, he's a civil rights. He's on the right side of history on the civil rights.
Good job, Gene.
The civil rights movement, as you're going to see repeatedly. That's a theme in this and Star Trek. Eventually, one of the shows he does successfully create makes it to air. It's called The Lieutenant. It ran for one season in 1963 and 1964. It was contemporary. It was set on a Marine base in California, and the Pentagon cooperated with him and gave him access to a real base until they rescinded that access because he did an episode where a white Marine and a black Marine initially clashed, but then learned to get along and not be racist to each other. And the Pentagon's like, no, we're not giving you access to our base anymore.
The more things change, the more things stay the same, kids.
So
it all sucks. Nothing is ever going to get better. Make your own nice thing. And I don't know, just make your own fun.
So civil rights is baked into Gene Roddenberry's work right from the start.
Get it, Gene.
For his next series, he initially wants to make a show about a diverse crew on a blimp, like a sci-fi, airship blimp. Real high fantasy, because there's a movie called...
Like steampunk?
Yeah, okay.
They're like, I've got to fly my blimp.
In 1961, there was a movie called Master of the World, which was based on a Jules Verne novel, like a steampunky 1904 Jules Verne
is the
novel.
Father of steampunk. Yeah. There's always gears.
Yeah, so he was just doing that. He's like, what if we have a cast of lots of different people from different backgrounds, different races, different countries, and they're on a blimp.
Sure.
A steampunk blimp, right? So he's working on this in 1964. He's pitching it, and then he decides to change it, probably because of the space race that's going on, to take it from steampunk blimp to space ship in the future.
Okay.
And he calls it Star Trek. And the pitch, allegedly, the elevator pitch was wagon train in space, which maybe was him downplaying the sci-fi to executives who may have been a little weary of that.
Scared of space.
Western stuff was really popular. So he's like, it's like a Western, but it's in space. So the production company that finally picked it up is Desilu Productions.
Oh.
That's, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz's company.
We know who they are.
They co-founded that company back in the 50s to make I Love Lucy because they were really smart and owned their own stuff. But by 1964, they were a struggling company. They were divorcing and their company was struggling. So anyway, they pick up Star Trek. They took a gamble on it. They get NBC to air it. They make a pilot, which has almost a totally different cast. Only Leonard Nimoy as Mr. Spock remains from this.
Okay.
Then they get to make another pilot, and that second pilot has the cast that we all know. That one premiered on September 8th, 1966, and the show ran until June 3rd, 1969 for 3 seasons and 79 episodes. And little trivia, that original pilot, because it's like a waste of money to make it and never use it, later, very cleverly, they used it as flashbacks to be like, this is the crew of the ship from a while ago. Very creative.
Okay.
They got their money's worth out of it. It's a really good episode too, a 2-parter. Anyway, it premiered to very high ratings but mixed reviews. But then the ratings declined very quickly, and kind of the consensus at the time is it was just too intellectual to have wide appeal. That's what critics were saying. It's too thinky, this show.
Anti-intellectualism in America has always existed, will always exist.
Somehow it got renewed for a second season, but then it was going to be canceled, and there was before the third season, and there was a huge letter writing campaign that succeeded in getting it renewed because it had a passionate fan base. It feels like an early following. Example, of fandom, and as they're famous for being Trekkies and having their conventions. This is really a precursor of fandoms, I think, for TV shows and stuff. Anyway, so they got it renewed for a third season, but then that was it. It entered syndication shortly after ending, and for some reason it picked up a bigger following there, and it often got better ratings in syndication than it did in its original run, which is pretty much unheard of at this time. Shows do really well in first run, and syndication is just kind of a way to squeeze a little more money out of them. During its run, it had a mix of television writers and actual sci-fi writers, Harlan Ellison was writing episodes of this. It's kind of cool. They had really high quality writers. The themes of the show were usually about contemporary issues, transposed into this future scenario. They're famous for having an episode where Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura kiss, which is cited as the first interracial kiss ever on television. Again, civil rights. Although, not to get too into it, but they were under mind control in the episode, so does it really count? They didn't do it willingly. So anyway, the characters, the fictional characters. Just quick blurbs about some of the cast members. Basically, everyone in this was acting in small roles either on stage, in movies, or on TV. Prior to this, you have William Shatner. He was a Canadian stage actor who was once the understudy for Christopher Plummer in Henry V.
Ooh.
That was prior to this. He played Ranger Bob in the Canadian Howdy Doody.
Huh.
And he was in a couple Twilight Zone episodes, but nothing major. This makes them all stars.
Got it.
Leonard Nimoy, he's an actor from Boston who's doing small roles in B-movies and TV shows like Dragnet and Wagon Train and Gunsmoke, so he knew Gene Roddenberry from some of that stuff. Nichelle Nichols, she was a singer and dancer who toured extensively with Duke Ellington, which is so cool. Prior to this, she acted in musicals and then started in TV. George Takei, not about his acting, but he was born in Los Angeles, and when he was 5, he and his family were forced into an internment camp. And he had family, extended family, living in Hiroshima when it was bombed. And he broke into acting by doing voiceover work for Godzilla movies, dubbing them in English because he's bilingual, and then broke into TV. You have Walter Koenig. There's a Russian guy on this, which was a really big deal. So in addition to the civil rights,
Cold War.
They're saying, Gene Roddenberry really wanted to say, look at my optimistic view of the future. The Cold War will end peacefully, and we will have Russian and American crew on our ship. His parents were literally Russian immigrants, Walter Koenig. There's other members, but those are some of the big ones. Once the show was over, there was a 2-season animated series where most of the cast did the voices in 1973. And then a little bit of the legacy, not too much, because we may watch some of these future shows and talk about them then one day. Roddenberry tried to make a Star Trek movie pretty much since the minute the show got canceled, but it was going nowhere. So then he's like, maybe I'll make a new show, and this is all throughout the 60s and 70s. It was going to be called Star Trek Phase 2. But nobody wanted to make it. And then in 1977, a little movie called Star Wars came out. And
I know that one.
Gave everybody and their grandma an interest in sci-fi. So that's how he was able to finally get his Star Trek movie made, literally on the heels of Star Wars.
Fascinating.
And Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which also came out in 1977. What a year. So in 1979, you get Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Are we doing Space Month, RN?
We might watch Star Wars next. Yeah, maybe.
I'm doing Space Month right now.
Space 2 weeks. There were 6 movies with the original cast of Star Trek between 1979 and 1991 that I think you've all watched. You've watched them all, but we'll talk about them another time. There's a bunch of sequel shows, starting with one that we definitely need to watch, because I think out of everything I'm talking about here, you might actually like this.
Okay. You
Star
think
Trek,
I could get into this?
The Next Generation. It came on in 1987. We will talk about that more another time. That's the first TV show sequel, and then there's more later, many more, still going on now. The real legacy of this show, though, is that a lot of scientists, boomer scientists, say that this is what got them into the sciences. It was very inspirational for people.
I guess we better make something like this now to save science.
Well, okay, so to be optimistic, as Gene Roddenberry would want us to be, this show is made during a very chaotic period in American history and used optimism to look ahead in a positive way and give people, I don't know. Okay,
give me something, Gene. Give me something to work with.
I have no hope. His ashes were launched into space.
That's nice.
I personally did not get into Star Trek until they started putting out these DVDs in 2007. And then I was like, I just felt like I should be into Star Trek.
Got it.
I just always had that inkling, but there was no way to watch
kind of
them.
a nerdy dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had seen a little bit of The Next Generation on reruns, but not enough. So
got it.
I sought out these DVDs. I was a teenager. I was like, I'm going to watch all these. I'm a student of pop culture. I did not get through them all. At the time, I just felt like they were, every episode's an hour. They felt dragged out. It has great, as a teenager in 2007, it felt good. It was I like these ideas. It just didn't hold my attention. And I was embarrassed to feel that way at the time. I'm almost embarrassed to admit it now. Every season was super long, too. There's almost 30 episodes per season. It's just a lot.
Got it.
I think as an adult, it might land better. We'll see.
Okay.
It was very hard for me to pick these episodes.
Wait.
Yes.
Do you also want to talk about your Mr. Spock costume?
Oh my God, I forgot about my Mr. Which is I hadn't even seen Star Trek.
All right, I think
so
we need to talk about it because you're a very weird little. It's a little weird little boy costume. You're what, fifth grade?
I was
maybe?
in seventh grade.
Seventh grade. Okay, so you're in seventh grade. It's a weird little boy costume, but your posture is so bad.
Really?
Every picture of you from fifth grade to eighth grade, you're just slouching. You're hunched over.
Yeah, my dad was really into it. He helped me make it.
And didn't you shave your eyebrows off?
We used foundation,
concealer.
Yeah, concealer, whatever.
Incredible.
To cover them. My mom did not help at all. My dad was super into it because he is of the age where he watched Star Trek in its first run. So he was more, I think I might have just been doing that to please my father. I don't know.
That's nice.
I don't think I said this, but there are 3 seasons and 79 episodes, which again, that's a lot for 3 seasons.
It's a lot of episodes,
They're an hour long. So I was really struggling with what to show you. I'm like, what episodes do we watch? Do we watch Space Seed to set you up for Wrath of Khan? If this makes no sense, don't worry about it. What I'm saying is gibberish. So I wanted to pick 2 that show kind of different sides of this show.
Okay.
Because each episode is very different. There's often episodes that are on the ship, which are interesting. There's episodes on planets. Sometimes there's episodes where they go to a planet and it's like, this planet is just like this other era in Earth's history, which is always a little silly.
That's silly.
There's time travel episodes. There's a lot. There's silly ones. There's serious ones. So I picked a pretty serious one, and I picked a pretty silly one. That was my intention. Season 1, episode 28, The City on the Edge of Forever. I thought this is one of the few from when I watched it back then that I remember being like, this one's amazing.
Okay.
And I don't know if that'll hold up. Season 2, episode 15, The Trouble with Tribbles. That's a classic silly one. And that's it. You ready to try Star Trek?
Your vessel, your beginning. All that you knew is gone.
Has somehow changed history.
You mean we're stranded down here?
With no past, no future.
Captain, I'm frightened.
I feel like there's always like a weird light going off.
What, on the bridge of the ship?
Yeah, it's just so funny because they're trying to show that the ship is being bombarded by something and it's shaking the ship, but they're clearly just shaking the camera, and then they're like, oh, they're like wobbling. The actors themselves are wobbling and like shaking themselves around, which is really funny. Look, oh, Mr. Sulu blew up.
They're going through ripples in time.
I don't know what they're doing, but Nichelle Nichols looks super hot right now. How can she even do anything in that skirt?
Yeah, the show's not all progressive, or it's so progressive, women can wear a 2-inch skirt on this ship.
It's really sex positive. Look at George Takei's beautiful eyeshadow in this scene. Do you think everyone on this ship makes out with each other? I do. Oh no, he was injected with something.
What? So Bones got like a hypodermic out to the doctor to give to Sulu, and the ship shook again, and he just stabbed himself in the tummy with it.
Oh, what a butterfingers.
Uh-oh.
He's going nuts. Are all their little clothes color-coded? Like
yes.
Their little bathrobes and stuff?
Yeah, their clothes are fully color-coded by which department of the ship that they work in.
So cute. You know I love a uniform, so I could get into that. So red is like just regular guys.
Red, I think, is engineering.
Okay.
The joke is that the guys in red shirts always die. They'll like go down to a planet and it'll be like Mr. Spock, Captain Kirk, and a guy in a red shirt you've never seen before in your life.
You're like,
and like he's dead. He's never like. I mean, I'm telling you, you're joking about the way the camera shakes. I'm telling you about the red shirts. This like has been done to death in the last 60 years.
Might as well just play the Wilhelm scream right now.
Yellow is like the captain's wearing it. Sulu's wearing it. They're like, is that like navigation maybe? You can see I'm not a good Star Trek fan.
All right, we're doing Captain's Log exposition here. He's like, our doctor is not doing well. We're
What'd you think of that theme song?
I liked it. The doctor, Dr. Bones, he stabbed himself with basically a vial of Ozempic, and now it's making him karate chop people.
Karate chop that guy and knocked him out. Notice the guy he knocked out? Red shirt.
Red robe. He's wearing his robe.
That's true.
Okay,
I don't know the difference between the robe. It's kind of like a jumpsuit.
Is this Ozempic making him naughty? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, he's screaming that he was going to kill everyone.
And then he karate chopped his friend.
It's not good when your lead doctor is doing all this and like who's going to help him?
I think I would be the blue one.
Science. Because Spock has blue, but so does the doctor.
Yeah, that one's for smart people.
But Spock is like the chief science officer, I believe. But isn't it all science?
But it's like, what is your primary role? You know, we're all doing science, but like if you're in a blue shirt, your primary role is to like do science.
Like data.
Yeah.
Do you know what alien race Mr. Spock is? Do you know?
Flormegan.
A what? Come again?
Flormegan?
Flormegan? Tyler, you dropped this on the Flormegan.
Look at their little boots.
He's a Vulcan.
Yes.
From the planet Vulcan.
So serious.
Couple red shirt guys we've never seen in our lives on this mission.
I hope they've designated they have an end of life plan.
Like
they've designated a medical proxy for themselves.
Like, I'm glad we're having fun, but these jokes have been made millions of times.
Why do you hate me? So they just go to these different planets, check it out.
They're on a 5-year mission, but they have this directive that they're not supposed to interfere.
Look at their cute little rick rack that they have.
They're what?
Their
What's
little
a rick rack.
Rick rack. It's like wavy. Look at that.
Oh, on their sleeves? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to
It's like a
indicate their
military
rank, but it
almost,
looks like something your grandma made at her crafting table in 1963. Rick Rack's back, son.
Their shirts are very cropped, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're almost crop tops. Like they go down above their belts.
I want to see crop top uniforms. That's what I want.
The men could be as scantily clad as the
Yeah.
women.
Oh my God. Mr. Bones came here. Dr. Bones.
Dr. Bones. That's Dr. Bones.
That's
Kate.
the doctor. I think they just call him Bones. But he somehow got beamed down with them, but they weren't aware that he was here. Like, there's only one way down to the planet, and it's to get beamed down. So he had to be like, I'm unwell, beam me down. So much eyeshadow. All right, so they're talking to the Guardian of Forever, which is just like a big talking donut-shaped rock. Who do you think the hottest person on the Enterprise is?
I think we might have to wait a little bit to find out.
Why?
Because you're going to meet, well, who have you met? You met the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You've met Uhura. Mm. You've met Sulu, Spock, Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Just objectively, who's the hottest one?
I don't know. I mean,
go for it.
William Shatner's a good-looking man.
He's fine. I don't know.
He's very
just not my
traditionally
type.
handsome.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's leading man material.
He's always whipping his head around. Really whipping
William
his
Shatner?
head back and forth. Yeah.
He's whipping his hair back and forth.
Yeah.
A la Willow Smith. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, he's just whipping his head from side to side. Look at him. Now we're being shown some kind of retrospective on the human race. This is confusing. I don't like it. Uh-oh.
Here he goes.
Bones is out here wilding out. Look at him go.
This is not the only episode where characters just absolutely lose their minds.
You're in space. You're not supposed to be in this. Oh my God, he pinched his neck.
The Vulcan nerve pinch, Kate.
He really went for
Mr.
it.
Spock, an alien with pointy ears and weird eyebrows who is unemotional and very logical, also for some reason is super strong when he pinches your shoulder.
Sure.
You got to give these guys credit for being able to deliver all this dialogue with a straight face.
It is. It's very silly dialogue. Their plan is to go back in time.
One day.
So that they can prevent Bones from injecting himself with GLP-1 or whatever zany juice he injected himself with.
But like,
I think it was the issue was the dosage,
Yeah.
I think, right? Like,
yeah, he had like a little
he gave
bit.
like a little boop
he was
to
giving
Mr. Sulu,
right.
and then he got himself with the whole thing. So he's like overdosing on something.
Right.
Look,
It's like a kid.
Bones is just running around.
He
He's
just
running
ran
around
through
this
the portal.
whack-ass planet. Just jumped through the portal. He's disappeared. He's disappeared into time. Let him go. Train somebody else in medicine. It's the year 2 billion. Anyone can learn how to be a doctor. Just download it. What year is it?
I think it's like maybe 21. It's like 100 years in the future. It's probably about 2160. I actually don't know. I told you I couldn't get into it. I tried so hard, and not that hard. I guess I could have tried harder, but I tried a little bit as a teen and didn't stick. So I don't know, Kate. It's roughly 100 years in the future, if I had to guess. 1 to 200. You didn't even mention one of our first dates we ever went on was to see the 2009 Star Trek movie.
I think we made out during it. Nichelle Nichols looks great, but I like that she looks really strong. Like, look how strong her legs look.
Yeah, she's
you know?
a dancer. You know?
I'm into it. All right. Her delivery there wasn't great.
Captain, I'm frightened.
So they're asking the donut to show them the entire history of Earth again.
And they have to jump in
at the right moment.
exact right moment.
And then wrestle Bones to the ground.
Yeah, because he's
tranquilize him.
He just erased all of history
Yeah.
or something. He hit the history eraser button, Kate.
Just close-ups of everyone's faces, but they're not doing any face acting, right? Like in a modern prestige television show, there's so much like micro facial acting that's happening. Like if you watch like Severance or something like that, they're zoomed in on everyone's faces, but their faces are not moving in any way.
So, you know how like in theater you have to act big for the back row? Think about what the TVs look like, Kate.
I guess.
Think about your TV now. I'm defending this.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just funny.
It's silly.
It's markedly different.
Right.
What's he got? Like a viewfinder? What is that thing?
The tricorder? I don't know.
Here they are. They've gone back in time through the donut, and now they're on just like a backlot.
Oh, yeah.
They're on like New York City backlot. Wow, look at those boots. I kind of want those boots.
It's like Beatles boots, right?
Yeah. All right, so they're in the Great Depression, arguably one of the worst times to be alive, except for 2025. So they're in 1930. They're dressed in their Starfleet uniforms. Everyone's staring.
Mr. Spock's ears are alarming. He doesn't look that weird. He just has
He's
pointy
just
ears.
a guy. Yeah, he's just a man.
He's got weird eyebrows and pointy ears.
Have they ever seen a car? They really are tight pants on these gentlemen. Starfleet uniform is like pretty sexy. Look at it. What the f***? All right, so they literally are like stealing clothes off a clothesline, and they're stopped by a police officer. And instead of explaining where the clothes came from, Captain Kirk is like, my friend is obviously Chinese. Whoa. Spock just nerve pinched the police. I like Spock's little satchel, his little
Yeah, that's
what
his
is
little
that?
instrument. That's the little tricorder thing that he was like...
The what?
It opens up. It's got a little screen. That's how he calculated where they had to go in time.
I thought it was a purse.
I think it is, but it's like when you get one of those little bags for your phone and it's like a little purse for your phone. Were they just both completely nude in front of each other, do you think?
Tyler.
I know, they're in the military.
They're in the space military, and if you think that every single person on the Enterprise has not seen anyone else's body, they all live in a floating space barracks tube. Everyone has seen everyone else nude, and it's okay because it's 2160. I love a strong eyebrow. All right, so now there's a doe-eyed woman who's come downstairs to where these boys were getting changed. Why is Spock in his 30s outfit wearing your exact outfit that you were wearing this morning?
A beanie. It's covering his ears.
Yep, a knit watch cap, wool pea coat.
Wow.
Why do you...
Does he have his boots on still?
Yeah.
It's a good look.
What is her name? Well, we're just going to call her Joan Collins.
Yeah.
Is talking about like, and one day we'll have space travel.
Absolutely kooky.
Absolute wacky theories, but like it's true.
Yeah, but based on nothing. Based on no evidence whatsoever, what she's saying.
Yeah. Kirk.
You're on a mission.
Yeah. You have to...
Look, Captain Kirk, he's an amorous man.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Mr. Spock has built some kind of evil sparking device in their rooming house bedroom, presumptively to track Bones, I guess.
He's using it
I
to
don't know.
communicate. He explained it all earlier somehow. I forget.
Look at them eating their hard rolls.
Hard rolls and bologna. It's the Depression, Kate. They're doing their best.
Yeah, whatever the 60s equivalent of this person has seen an iPad, that's Joan Collins.
She doesn't look like she's from the 30s.
No, like this person has seen a tube TV. This person has seen the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. Also, she has some of the widest set eyes I've ever seen.
It's like the character creator screen. You just kept pushing it.
Yep. And I think she's doing this for the role, but her eyes are absolutely vacant. It's like a doll's eyes.
She's just caught them committing like a burglary at a job she got them and like ruined her own reputation. And now she's like, Captain Kirk, walk me home.
I feel like Captain Kirk's about to become his own grandfather. You know? Great grandfather.
The division of labor on this mission is wild. Mr. Spock is creating basically like a computer out of all this stuff, and Captain Kirk is out here holding hands with Joan Collins.
He has to wine and dine this woman so that Mr. Spock can build the memory transbluter or whatever.
We're both using their skills. You're right. You're right.
Look, they're Dumbo making out. Oh no.
I have a little tiny bit of bad news, Captain.
Your lover is about to be killed. I feel nothing about it. Basically, Spock is using like the anarchist's cookbook to make the this transponder of some kind. They're looking at the time vortex. We think that maybe Joan Collins will be killed in a minute.
Yeah,
it's unclear.
He's able to use it like a microfiche. Somehow he's looking at newspapers from the future, you know.
Oh, but perhaps maybe she will live.
All right, so yeah, he's seeing two
diametrically opposed.
Yeah, but his transponder just burst into flames. Yeah.
I love when something bursts into flames. I love when something looks chaotic like this.
But like, there appear to be two, which is the whole point of this, right? That when Bones came back, he like split the timeline in two, and one of them she dies, one of them she becomes an advisor to the president. So according to this, if a bleeding heart social worker gets to advise the president, the entire future is ruined.
Huh. All right, this is starting to feel a little bit long.
Oh, see, I disagree. This feels so much better to me than it did when I was 15. And this was one of my favorites then, but even then I would have been like, yeah, this goes on too long. But you're feeling it?
A little bit. Uh-oh, look out.
He's here. Bones is here.
He just leapt out of a brick wall.
He's just unintelligibly screaming this whole episode. Like, you cannot make out. What is sausage? What did he say?
I think he's saying assassins, but it does sound like sausage.
Sausage! Here's Bones causing havoc outside, and here's Kirk inside trying to kiss Joan Collins.
Yep. Bones is just having an extended meltdown where he literally melts onto the ground and then rolls around on it.
This is interesting. I didn't get this when I was 15. Like, space madness on Ren and Stimpy is absolutely doing a little bit of this.
A man from the Depression has beamed himself up ostensibly to the Enterprise.
He stole the little beaming device because he thought it was his wallet or something, Bones' wallet, when he was knocked out from his madness.
Also, hold on. Do you see this absolutely wild contraption that's plugged? So there's a wall sconce with like a... What is that? Like a adapter plugged into it with like 6 plugs coming off of it. We've all seen that in our grandma's house. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself.
Kate, right now in our backyard, we have lights strung up between our house and our garage that are plugged into a light socket, a light fixture via an adapter. So
I'm not too proud to say it.
it was a good solution because there's no outlet back there.
Look at the Starfleet uniforms, little kick flare pants. They're so cute.
They're fashionable. I like their outfits.
I could pull off the bottom half of a Starfleet uniform right now.
The bottom half of a men's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this incredible social safety net in the 1930s during the Depression.
Yeah, baby.
Huh.
Because of whatever Bones does in the 1930s, there's a growing pacifist movement. Oh, no. So Edith Keeler, Joan Collins, the social worker, is the founder of the pacifist movement that prevents us from entering World War II on time and allows Germany to develop the A-bomb. It's very bad. So we have to let Edith Keeler die.
Come on, this is a great storyline.
All right, it's pretty good. He's in love with Edith Keeler? Why? Was he like a big forehead?
I just love the way her eyes are 2 feet apart. It's incredible. You could fit like 6 more eyes in between her eyes.
I want
Why
our
are you
kids
mean to
to
Joan
have
Collins? What's the reason?
The
What did she do
widest
to you?
forehead in the history of foreheads.
Stop it. Oh, look, she gave Bones a cool cloth on the forehead.
Literally the best the best medicine that you could come up with at this time. Thank God for the cool cloth.
Look at what happens when she has a close-up. I thought this was so funny as a teen. It's like, I don't know what they're doing, but it's so soft, right?
Yeah.
They do this all the time with like the women in the episodes that are supposed to be very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's like a type of lens, if they literally smear Vaseline on the lens, but it's always this like soft glowing effect.
Why are everyone's sideburns so pointy in this?
Yeah, Bones, Spock.
What did they put in Bones' eyes to make them look this bad? I'm sure it was like lead based, right?
They're like, just stay up for 3 days before we film this.
We're
please.
gonna smear this paste in your eyes.
Yeah,
it's completely fine. It's made of something new called asbestos.
His sick look is really good.
They're
He's
like-
like pale skin with weird red specks everywhere.
He really does not look good though.
Looks like he's developing pink eye.
It does look like he has double pink eye. Double pink eye is not good, folks.
I can't tell if it was a good idea or a bad idea to show you one where they absolutely are spending no time in space or on the ship, but this is one of the most acclaimed episodes ever. The next one's all on the ship, baby. All silly ship antics.
So much beautiful blue eyeshadow on the men here.
So wait, did the stuff just need to wear off on Bones?
Yeah, he had to come down a little bit.
Why were they going to go back one day in time? Why couldn't they just I guess he was just unruly.
Yeah, he was naughty.
Couldn't they just handcuff him, restrain him for a day? He's literally better already.
He's fine.
He's had a couple cups of coffee, good night's sleep. His pink eye seems to have resolved.
Oh, here we go. She gonna get hit. No, let her get hit. Do it.
No.
No, they have to fight each other. Yes.
Oh, that's rough.
All right, so they just had to let her die so that they could fly through space.
I understand emotionally it's a hard decision, but it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Because literally Hitler gets the A-bomb and destroys all life on Earth if they, you know what I mean? It's not like an ambiguous moral choice.
No.
It's just personally unfortunate. Dang.
William Shatner is doing acting.
Shaking his little fist. I'm so
That's
upset.
what he's doing. Oh, look, they're coming through this smoky portal now.
Wee.
Do you think they had to practice that a bunch?
Jumping through the donut. Jump the donut.
This is so dumb. The talking donut's like, all right, you've done a good job, boys.
Nice
Everything is back as it was, and nothing weird has happened. Haha.
Don't ask Captain Kirk about this. He's a little upset.
His lover was dead. Luckily, he has 27 lovers aboard the Enterprise.
Aboard the Enterprise, on the other planets they visit.
Oh, yeah.
She was my favorite concubine. That's it.
That was it?
That didn't feel like an hour.
All right, it didn't feel like an hour. You're right. All right, that was fun. It was silly.
Wow. It was silly? He
It
had to
was
let her
silly
die,
fun.
Kate.
I loved
That was
it.
silly to you? Who are you, Mr. Spock?
Yeah.
Actually, I guess, do you think you're Mr. Spock and I'm Captain Kirk? Who's who in this show and in our life?
Like if they were going to kiss?
No.
Oh.
No, Kate.
What?
like one of them is coolly, strictly logical. I'd say when we're approaching our approach to reviewing older media, you don't let your any feelings get in the way of it.
That's true.
And you approach
What
it.
is that?
Oh, the Gorn. Oh my God. You just don't, you're going to make me regret my choices. So there's a whole episode where Captain Kirk just has to fight that big lizard. That's the entire episode. It's incredible.
50 minutes
And he's
long.
just clearly
Goddamn.
in the Arizona desert the whole time, but it rules. Here's one of the green women.
What?
Kirk likes them. The credits are awesome. They're showing some of their best hits. Yeah, I thought about showing you the Gorn one, but there's just too many to pick from. And Trouble with Tribbles gives everybody a nice chance to show off, where that one's more of just Captain Kirk. And you got too much of him here as is.
There's a lot of Kirk.
Whereas when I am thinking of my old media, I got a little more, Captain Kirk is ruled by sometimes
He's very
emotion.
very emotional man.
Risk taking,
Yeah.
calculated, gambling.
Though, I do like an emotional man. I appreciate it.
Like when I watch, I don't know, what have I watched and wept on here? There have been things.
You cried, yeah.
Annie.
Annie.
And that one wasn't even nostalgic for me.
You're just in your feelings.
How do they... I haven't figured that out yet. But I can tell you this much. Almost 50% of the creature's metabolism is geared for reproduction. Do you know what you get if you feed a tribble too much? A fat tribble. No. You got a whole bunch of hungry little tribbles. Well, Bones, all I can suggest is you open up a maternity ward.
Oh, I love James Kirk's little wrap top that he has on here. Very cute.
Yeah, this is like his alternate uniform.
All right, so they're deciding where to go next, I guess, and they have to talk to Chekhov, who seems really nice, but has this, clearly was balding, right? So has this front comb over thing going on. Look at it. The hair in this is really bad. If this is the future, this is the hair of the future, I don't want to go. God forbid Nichelle Nichols have natural hair.
All right, there's a whole thing about their dispute with the Klingons. They're really getting into the politics of it.
This isn't very important, but Nichelle Nichols is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just saying.
Kate, I think that is very important.
Everybody else is like a 5. Nichelle Nichols is an absolute 10. Oh, come on. Actually, George Takei is like a 7.
With or without the eyeshadow?
With, obviously.
You think that looks like a toy?
There's like a little hand going behind
Did
it.
I ever tell you my dad and I, for a very brief period of time, got into snap together model kits?
No.
I think we only made a Homer Simpson car and the Starship Enterprise. And they're easy. Like, there's nothing to it. You just snap them together. And then his sister, my aunt, she brought her cat over one day. She had like a badly behaved cat, and it knocked over the Enterprise and broke it. And he's like never forgotten it.
Of course. I love your dad, but I imagine putting together a model with him was kind of a lot. They're going to pop that out of the plastic. No, not like that.
He really did it all himself.
Yeah, you just stood there next to him.
I really didn't contribute
Kept
much.
him-
You're not kidding.
Kept him company while he snapped things out of the plastic.
Yeah.
I'm sure this was like revolutionary for the time, but it looks
What,
kind
these
of
special
silly.
effects? These special effects were very good for the time. So when the DVDs came out, they redid all these special effects. And even as a 15-year-old, I was irate about it. I was like, this isn't what it looked like. So I had to find for today, it was actually kind of hard to find the unremastered versions.
Oh, the boots are back.
Oh, yeah.
I love their little boots. I think they're so stinking cute. Look at the basque waist on Kirk's wrap top.
Yeah,
This
you
is such a choice.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, this is like his other uniform that he sometimes wears.
Does he wear it to go like dancing? All right, so they've happened upon a ship that's issued a distress call, but the ship seems fine. And Kirk is pissed because they had to just like zoop over here to help somebody.
Yeah, he's in like stern daddy mode. He's
Yeah.
like, what is the nature of your distress? You better be having a problem.
I have a question. Why are their uniforms so different? What is this, like a pleasure ship? They're all in like weird little suits. Is it like a private?
I think
is
we
it like
were
a
talking
private
about
industry?
hair, but I think these guys aren't Starfleet. Yeah, it's a different operation. Yeah.
It's like a cruise ship. Look at that sparkly ascot that he's wearing. Okay, so for some reason, William Shatner is doing, he has a repeating line, and instead of being like storage compartments, he goes storage compartments, which is just so silly and something that our 10th grade,
Our high school English teacher and theater director
was always like, no, when you have a repeated line, you have to do it different.
She always put this one kid on blast. Like, she used him as an example, and we all knew him.
Yeah,
Because he was
like your
in
brother's
he was in the
age.
show Tom Jones, right? Was the show, and he supposedly had to sit at a bar and ask for service and go service, and then when nobody does anything, then he yells at, theoretically he's supposed to be like service, but supposedly he just sat down and went service, just like William Shatner here. So maybe he's a pro.
All right, so they're trying to protect grain? I don't know.
They're mad because their grain's getting stolen or something. Not mad, they're upset. So they have all this grain. We're not paying attention. We're talking about high school English class.
And I'm looking at Leonard Nimoy's little mock neck, turtleneck situation.
As opposed to Kirk's deep V here.
It's not even that deep. Honestly, if you're going to go for a V, like go deep
Go to
V.
the navel.
Yeah, go J-Lo at the Grammys. Yeah, so I'm confused though because he's supposed to be wearing yellow, but
He's got kind of a puce. Is that puce?
Sweater is puce.
That's
How
really
are they going to
puce?
know he's in charge?
I think
Is it all the rickrack?
I think it's like, you know how like sports teams have their home and away colors? I think there's just two options.
I'm amazed that you know that sports teams have their home and away colors. This is like a pastel nightmare ship.
You weren't kidding about Nichelle Nichols' quads, though.
Incredible.
Wouldn't you want to pet a Tribble?
Yeah,
Hear
it's
it purring?
it's just a little puffy guy.
Yeah, it's like
He's really
cooing
cute.
while
And
she pets it.
Nichelle Nichols is absolutely taken in by this little pet. I mean, you're in space. Like, you don't get to have like a little pet, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's probably very novel. But is a Tribble like sentient? Is it like a sentient race of like super intelligent beings?
Oh, I don't
you
know. We've yet to see.
Look at this beautiful coat the bartender has on. Really won it. Look at that little guy. He's going.
The Tribble like wandering away, being pulled on a string or something. It's just like an earmuff or something.
Yeah.
That they've...
Oh no, he's eating the wheat. All right, so they've given Nichelle Nichols the Tribble for free because she's going to walk around with it and everybody's going to see how cute she is and how cute it is.
Yeah, there's some sort of space capitalism going on here.
Yes, but it's eating the grain? I don't know. I don't care about any of this like space C-SPAN that's happening right now. I just want to see a cute Tribble and Nichelle Nichols. I don't care about anything else.
All right, we got Klingons.
No. They just kind of look like guys.
So
What is a Klingon?
it's just another race.
Like an alien race.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But they
they-
just look like guys.
Yeah, but they always are having beef with humans.
Okay. I can see Captain Kirk's jockeys sticking out of his pants. Tighty whities. Wow, the Klingons have great outfits. Oh, wow. Sparkly pants, gold vests.
Boots up past their knees.
Who wouldn't want to be a Klingon?
And this is before they started giving them those foreheads, right? So this show just, this is the original.
Okay. This is just, they're just look like guys. Now.
Nowadays,
They look like Russian acrobats is what they really look like, right? Like,
yeah, they kind of
just
have
have
like
beards.
beards that look like how you would draw like Genghis Khan with a beard.
but they're just guys. They're not like obviously alien in any way.
Yeah, later they're going to do the little crinkly foreheads, but this is the 60s.
They're just guys.
Kirk often is having like what's supposed to be like a macho showdown with a Klingon, but it's always kind of like sexually charged.
It is kind of you're like, ooh. Oh no. Nichelle Nichols brought her little Tribble back to the Enterprise, and then all of a sudden it gave birth to like
It's a whole litter, right? Like
28 Tribbles all tribbling around. Okay, so it's purring and trilling. And look, look,
they're doing some
Mr.
humor.
Spock is like petting it. He's so happy.
Yeah, there's jokes on this show.
It literally
sometimes.
is just an earmuff, though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
oh yeah, it's like just this little puffy ball. Yeah, Mr. Spock's there petting it, and he's like, I am immune to the purring, and then he's like smiling and petting it. It's great.
Wouldn't it be nice for them to have little pets?
No, they're basically a military operation. They cannot have little cute pets they have to feed.
I wish I had a pet. Can I get a pet? Look at all those beautiful buttons behind Kirk's head.
Glowing buttons on the ship.
Jewel-colored buttons.
That just like blink with
Oh,
lights.
you would not be able to resist pushing one of those beautiful jewel-colored
Depressurizes the
buttons.
entire ship.
Beautiful candy. Look at them.
I love the set design on the Enterprise. It's amazing. And the little sounds it makes.
It's always thwarping.
And that's without the Tribbles.
William Shatner is visiting Bones, the doctor, and he's like, what do you got for a headache? And he's like, have an Advil, dude. Like,
It's the future, but we still take Advil.
the entire ship is just being taken in by these little puffs.
Yeah, and
They're
Bones
so cute.
explained it to us. They reproduce asexually by eating.
Captain Kirk is sending people. He's like, everyone go on shore leave. Stop. Like, get out of here.
I don't really understand because we keep making jokes, but like other than the Tribbles, the actual plot of this episode, that Kirk has been ordered by Starfleet to like protect the grain on this
Yes.
like space station.
Yes.
But he's super mad about it. Like he has ODD and like doesn't want to do his job.
Well, my vibe is that he feels like there's more important things for him to be doing.
This is beneath
right?
the mission
Yes,
of
that
the
they've
Enterprise.
issued this distress call because the grain keeps disappearing,
and
he's
it's like, guys,
that's
just
stupid.
it's your grain.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Right. And then they're blaming the Klingons for the grain going missing.
Yeah. That's racism. It's so silly. I love them.
This is all the Tribbles. Especially because most of them do not move.
They don't move. They're just puffs.
They'll like take one in a scene where there's 10 of them and like
Yeah.
wiggle it around a little.
Yeah, but none of these are moving. And they just make the little mewling, trilling noises.
There's a good like supply and demand economics lesson in here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy can't sell any more Tribbles because they've reproduced so much. They're like worthless. Scotty and Chekhov just like comparing their vodka and scotch that they're both downing.
I really feel like everyone who is playing a Klingon is like an actor from like Shakespeare in the Park.
Eventually, we get Christopher Plummer in a movie as one.
Oh, all right.
I know you love Christopher. As we mentioned earlier, your love of Christopher Plummer. Like, yeah, I think in that movie they make a joke that Shakespeare was a Klingon. There we go.
All right, now we got a bar fight
Scotty just punches Klingon in the face. I love
in
it.
the pastel-colored bar with a
Full of
lamp
Tribbles.
that looks just like ours in our dining room.
This is awesome. A huge bar brawl.
What was that?
The bartender running away.
The bartender running away gave me the most you vibes I've ever seen.
Bartender running away like a coward. Absolutely.
No. Just the arm
The
and leg
noodle,
movements. Yeah.
boneless moves. Yeah, I can't argue. See how this episode's a little different than City on the Edge of Forever?
Yes. Oh, it's so silly, and I adore it so much.
This is like pretty violent though. I'm digging it.
What a wackily choreographed fight scene.
But in like the tradition of these episodes being a little too long, this fight is going on
so long.
for like 5 minutes.
I love the sound effects we're getting for the punches here, though, where it's like doof, doof, doof. Look, people are beaming down from the Enterprise to join the fight. F***ing love it.
So much drinking and fighting in this episode.
I love it. What would sailors do?
Sailors on shore leave. Good point.
Yeah, sailors on a wagon train. Uh-oh. They're all about to get disciplined.
Daddy's back.
Daddy Kirk in his wrap top is here to discipline you. William Shatner is built like a tugboat, and I'm here for it. Look at him.
Don't forget the Tribbles, Kate.
I forgot about the Tribbles. They're just pulsating.
Hundreds of pulsating Tribbles now.
Spock's always roasting these humans. They send him straight from the planet Vulcan to roast everybody.
Kirk is really losing control of this ship. The crew's fighting. There's Tribbles everywhere.
Yeah, Daddy's lost control of his life. Where's Mr. Sulu? What's he up to?
Yeah, Sulu and Chekhov sometimes fulfill the same role.
Uh-oh. Daddy's about to get mad. He's taking everyone's
I
pets.
hope he has a meltdown. Look at Uhura back there. This is all her fault. Just huge smile.
Her little eating grin. Look at all of her little pets that she has. Tyler, this is so silly, but I love it. Look at that cute little peach jumpsuit that the other captain of the fancy space station is wearing.
You want one?
He is. Are you going to get me a Tribble?
Kate, look what happened.
They're so puffy. They're so cute. It's just out of control. You ever been in a house where there's too many pets? They're all eating their food.
Kirk's lunch of chicken sandwich and coffee is really a weird combo.
Sometimes William Shatner's delivery is just so weird.
Open it. Tell a guy to open a door. Why did he say Like,
I forgot his line.
is it just is that supposed to be naturalistic? Who gets to throw all these Tribbles at William Shatner from off screen?
So fun.
Buried in them like a ball pit.
Oh my God. All of these Tribbles that have rained out of the top compartment are dead. And the what? And he's just yelling now.
Oh, put the Tribbles in the quadrilateral. I know you'd want less diplomacy and more Tribbles.
Yes, I do. All right, so Tribbles don't like Klingons.
So the Tribbles are racist too?
It's unclear.
I like when they flip out when you put them near a Klingon. They're like...
One of the guys who's supposed to be in charge of the space station is, a Klingon.
Guess it's important that they don't have crinkly foreheads yet because the whole premise is that one of the lead guys on this space station was secretly a Klingon.
And they poison the grain? Damn, son.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like an act of war, I feel like.
Yeah. Cyrano Jones, traveling salesman.
All right, so they haven't solved mass incarceration in this
No.
in this future. They're about to put Cyrano Jones in a, quote, rehabilitation facility for 20 years. I mean, to be fair, he was transporting a creature that can destroy your food supply. Does this episode end with them all giggling?
And then William Shatner just slaps Scotty in the
but
tummy.
it was like a little light, like, oh, you kidder.
But just like right in the tummy. I would not want my boss to slap me in the tummy. I'm just saying.
All right. Oh, all right,
Okay.
Kate. What an
right.
education that was.
What a silly, silly episode. I loved it.
That is one of the most, that's like an all-time TV Hall of Fame show.
Okay.
No pressure. What'd you think?
I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed it. Here are the things that I enjoyed. I was keeping track. Nichelle Nichols' quads.
Nichelle Nichols in general.
Oh, absolutely.
She's great on this.
Absolute
She's really
treasure.
fun.
Individual folks aside, just like the diversity on the Enterprise is really cool.
They have good
especially
chemistry
now.
too. Not just the checking the boxes of the
Yes.
diversity, which
Yeah,
they weren't
yeah.
checking boxes. He was trying to show a future where like the civil rights movement worked out,
Oh, wow.
you know.
Wish it did.
Yeah. So, but like those actors as well, their chemistry
Yes,
is pretty
very,
damn,
very good.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
Fun premise, right? Wagon train in space. I like the set design. It looks like futuristic, but fun. I like their little uniforms. I thought those were cute. I do like the cast. What else did I like?
So I'll think to the two that you watched.
Okay,
You saw-
I liked the, I guess, span of themes and plot that you showed me, right? Because we got like a serious one and a silly one.
And like serious, but with like big sci-fi ideas of
Yes,
like
like the butterfly effect,
changing
yeah.
the future, right?
And then like silly, like what if a bunch of earmuffs could multiply?
Absolutely whack.
And something about grain, but I didn't care about the grain part.
No, the grain that was dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a good time. Thank you for showing me this. I don't know if I'll watch more of
That was
this.
my next question. Would you ever watch any other, not like you don't have to commit to all of them. Would you ever watch another episode of this on your own?
I mean, maybe.
Right? Like, so, you know, in our personal non-podcast life, you've been watching the X-Files.
Yes.
This is totally cut from the same cloth.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that's cut from this cloth. Of like, I mean, there's only Monster of the Week on Star Trek.
Space Wagon of the Week.
Just like often silly, you know, little monster. You know how like there are some really bad X-Files episodes?
Yes.
This is the same way. Like, but then there are some really, really good ones.
Yeah.
Same thing. So, all right. So you're you would consider maybe if we had nothing else on our watch list.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. We'll talk.
I'd think about it.
By the time we get to do an episode of our podcast about Star Trek: The Next Generation, maybe we'll be able to discuss if you've actually watched any more of this. Okay, great. So not terrible, right? Like pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. TV
Yeah, I
has
wasn't
aged
mad.
pretty good. Yeah, that I enjoyed that way more now, both of those, than I did
As
as
a kid.
teen.
Yeah.
They were both still too long, but maybe my attention span is just.
Well,
Is that possible? Filling an hour is a lot.
It is a lot.
Even
yeah.
the X-Files, because there's more commercials by the 90s, are like 40-something minutes.
Yeah.
And they're too long sometimes, too. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for watching, Kate. Next week, is it really a compliment to this or not? I don't think so, but does it really go with this? Probably not. Star Wars.
It's got Star in the name.
It does have Star in the name. Well, tune in next week. We're going to watch the original Star Wars, also with its original special effects, which has been a whole ordeal to make sure I have the right copy. We'll talk about it next week.
I'm so proud of you.
Are you?
No.
Couldn't I be doing like something productive with that time?
Yeah,
like
couldn't you be like cleaning the kitchen?
That one weird wall in our house.
At the edge of the universe, 400 men and women are probing the immeasurable blackness of space. Their leaders are an Earthman with no fear and a stranger with no heart. Travel beyond our time and solar system, into new galaxies, into worlds beyond your dreams. Star Trek, every week, in color on the NBC television network.